Okay, so for this section of the study guide, we're going to be finding circumference and arc length. Now, these are always going to go together. Circumference talks about the outside of a circle, outside of the entire circle, and an arc length talks about just one particular section. So that's what we're going to do. So the first thing we need to do is to find the circumference. So circumference can be found two ways. It's either 2 times pi times the radius, or you can do pi times the diameter. We have been given a radius actually. So the problem tells us that EF, so this section right here, is 4 inches. Now, because that's the center to the outside of the circle, that is our radius. So our radius is 4 inches. So 2 times pi times 4. Okay, this is 8 times pi. If you put this into your calculator, please make sure that you use the pi button. That's how you're going to get your correct answers. So 8 times pi is 25.13 if we round to the nearest hundredth. So 25.13, and our units are inches. So now that we have the circumference, we can use that to figure out what our arc length is. I'm just going to make this a little smaller so I have some more space. There we go. Okay. And basically, the way that you're going to figure out portions of the circle is you're going to use the proportions that we've talked about. So we talked about we always compare the part of the circle to the whole circle. So in terms of the degrees that we're looking at, question B is asking about this angle right here, EFG, and it says that it is 78 degrees. So that is our part. We're looking at 78 degrees out of the entire circle, which is always 360 degrees. Okay. Now, on the other side, we have our arc. That is this part of the circle that we are trying to find. And then the whole circle is the entire circumference. So that is this bit right here, 25.13. Okay, let's just make this a little bit more clear. So this 78 came from here. Okay, and basically the way that we're going to solve this is we're going to try to cancel out this fraction. So this is basically the arc divided by the circumference. The opposite of dividing is to multiply. So we're going to multiply both sides by 25.13. And I'm going to take a pause so the marching band can go by. Okay, so there might still be some noise outside, but hopefully that should be the worst of it. All right, so basically we're multiplying both sides by 25.13. So we're going to do 25.13 times 78, which is 1,960.14. We still have divided by 360 on the bottom. On this side, they have been canceled out. So all that we're left with is the arc. If we actually do that division, 1,960.14 divided by 360, we get 5.44 is our arc. So our arc, the length of the arc GE, is 5.44, don't forget your units, inches long. All right, question C is pretty much the same process. You're going to start by finding the circumference and then use that to figure out your arc. So in this case, CD, our radius is 9 feet. So our circumference, 2 times pi times 9. So that is 18 pi. Or if you multiply that out, 18 times pi, which is 56.55 feet. Okay, and then we're going to use that to set up our proportion again. So this time we're looking at 118. Okay, that's our part of the circle. So 118 degrees out of 360 degrees is equal to, we're looking at our arc again. That's what we're trying to find out of the entire circumference of the circle, which is 56.55. We'll multiply by 56.55 on both sides. Okay, 56.55 times 118 is 6,672.9. Okay, that would give us our arc. Once we actually divide that, 6,672.9 divided by 360, that is 18.54 is our arc. So in this case, our arc is 18.54 feet long. Okay,